Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a good day today. I am not a professional YouTuber. This is actually my first video, so please take it easy on me. I haven't really had anything to create a video about that I wasn't able to already find something, but I think tonight I may have found something that hasn't yet been covered. So, I have a Victorinox Swiss Card Nailcare that I absolutely love because I can take it on business trips with me and not have to worry about anything getting confiscated by TSA. And it's nice to have a couple of tools with you, tweezers, screwdrivers, stuff like that. It's nice to have that kind of stuff with you. So I've really enjoyed owning this. But tonight, as I was cleaning out my wallet, pulled this out, and tragedy struck. The glass nail file that ordinarily goes right here broke. And it's a real shame because I love this nail file. It does a really great job doing nail file things. Uh, and I thought, oh, okay, that's fine. Well, it's annoying, but I'll just go and replace it. But actually, these are really difficult to find online, maybe even impossible. I wasn't able to find any replacements. I found a couple of posts on various different forums saying that you could buy the metal file that comes with some other versions of the Swiss card, and if you flip it backwards so the textured side is facing in towards the interior of the card, that you can jam it down in there and it won't wiggle out. That's fine. But it seems like there could maybe be some other options. So sadly, I won't be able to use the stock glass nail file anymore. But I had an idea tonight, one that I haven't seen suggested anywhere else on the internet, on how to retain the ability for this thing to be a nail care kit. Without having to try to source one of these glass files or getting one of those metal files. And the solution that I came up with, and I haven't tried it yet, we're going to be doing it together, is automotive sandpaper, wet dry sandpaper. It seems like that would do just as good a job on nails. After you trim your nails, just kind of taking that sharp edge off of them. It seems like sandpaper would do the exact same thing and perhaps have some other uses. Some people may not do this, but I sharpen my pocket knives with sandpaper, either a 1000 grit or 2000 grit. So having a little bit of sandpaper with you that you could use to do that on the fly is just an added benefit. So we'll see how this works. I have the very last little bit of some 1000 grit sandpaper that I've had for years, and I'm going to use it for this project. So I'm going to use the back of this to cut on. This is the last little square that I have. Basically, the idea that I have is I want to take this sandpaper, cut something that is the right height to fit down in that slot without poking out too much. And I want to make it so that I can fold it over a couple of times so that it will fit nicely into that little slot and just tuck right down in there, out of the way. And yet I'll be able to get some grip on it and be able to pull it out whenever I want to use it, either on a nail file or for anything else that you use sandpaper for. So let's do some measurement. We're just going to eyeball it. So it looks like that slot comes down to maybe an eighth or a quarter of an inch, just shy of the bottom of the card there. So we're just going to put it right about there. We're actually going to do this upside down so that the textured side is not facing up. And we're just going to create a rough cut for that height. And then we're really just going to guesstimate this. I don't know how much of this material I need to create a coil such that it will have such that it'll fill up the space of that slot. But we're gonna just guesstimate, say that it's about that much. So I really wanted to have the textured side facing down for these cuts because I didn't want to wear away the sharp edge of my knife. Okay, so we've cut a little square of sandpaper. It looks like, yeah, it looks like that's about the right depth to fit down in there. Now we need to create some folds that are about the right width. We probably could actually get pretty close if we just take the sandpaper and fold it around the outside of the nail file. So let's just go ahead and try that. So, okay. So now we have a nice little tube. Let's just kind of crease it a little bit so that it holds the shape. Get rid of that. We'll redo that roll. Okay, moment of truth. Hopefully it fits. Okay. Try to get that on camera for you. Okay, it's a little snug. It is a little snug, so I think we're gonna have to make this a little bit tighter. So we really are just gonna eyeball this now. Okay, so I think we took a little bit of the width out of that. Let's see if it tucks down in there. Ooh. Okay. It would go, but it is still just a little bit tight. So we're gonna try to coil this a little bit tighter. Thank you for being patient with me. We're also going to try to crease that sandpaper just a little bit more as well. Okay. Don't really want that exposed, the thin edge of that paper exposed, so I'm just going to kind of do a little tuck under like that. Hopefully the camera is picking this up. Ooh, look at that. It's sliding down in there. Okay, that is quite good. I'm pretty happy with that. So if you needed it for your nails, you just kind of grab that. There is a little slight cutout right there that, let me push this back down in. It's rigid enough too to where whenever you push it, it doesn't seem to want to just like fold over on you and crumple up. You probably wouldn't be able to take this out and put it back in many times before that starts to deteriorate, but sandpaper is cheap. You could easily just replace it. But there is a large enough divot back there to where you can just get both sides of it with your fingers. Obviously, you could pull it out, and you could, pretty up your nails a little bit. You could unroll the whole thing, and tidy up the edge on your knife if you wanted to. So yeah, I am pretty happy with this. It's cheap. I don't have to buy a whole new nail care kit, which I'm happy about. Even though I love it, I'd rather only buy it once if I can get away with that, because they are just shy of $50. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and slide that back in there, and I'm gonna call that a solution. Some other things. some other modifications that I made to this that you guys may find interesting. So to prevent this magnifying glass from getting all scratched up, I basically just made a flap out of duct tape, Gorilla Tape to be precise, and put that over it so that it protects the glass. Basically, I just took a strip of duct tape and took another strip and made it so that the sticky side was covered. A little bit of a sticky border here that you can then just like fold over the outside edge and stick right on there. You can kind of seal at the edges so that sand doesn't get in there and other dirt. But yeah, that magnifying glass is now protected so that it's nice and pristine for whenever you want to use it. Also, I like to take another piece of Gorilla Tape or duct tape and just stick it to the back with a couple of things underneath. You never know when you're going to need a needle and some thread. So I just have maybe about 6 feet of black thread here and just a regular sewing needle. Just put that on the back and then put a square of duct tape over it. Means that you'll always be able to repair your clothes if you need to. Or even better, be the hero of the day and repair someone else's clothes. You can really do them a solid by having that stuff on you. Then you also have duct tape with you for all the things that you'd use duct tape for. I recently repaired a little laser pointer that my girlfriend had that she uses to play with her cat. Took a strip off and repaired a little piece on that thing. So she was pretty jazzed about that. And I was pretty jazzed to be doing something creative and finally get to use these tools that I carry. So anyway, those are some of my favorite mods that, I guess you could call them mods, that I've done to this Swiss Card Nailcare. So anyway, but the main thing that I was hoping to share with you is a potential alternative solution toward trying to buy another one of these glass nail files if you're unable to find these online, or if you didn't want to buy one of the metal nail files that doesn't really properly fit in there. If you didn't want to do either one of those things, this might be a viable backup for you. Probably wouldn't work well if you sweat a lot and this soaks up any moisture. I imagine that would get kind of degraded in there. But if you don't have that problem, then yeah, this might be a decent solution for you. So hope you found this helpful. Yeah, hope you guys have a good night. See ya.